It's giving performative positivity at this point. Hi my loves, your related girl from around the way, where we have culture, conversation, and community. And I'm coming to you all live, snuggled up from the bed. Girl, it's cold as hell. Okay, you hear what I'm saying? It's cold as hell. Y'all, I'm coming to you all with a Chrisean Love episode 3. I don't know, whatever it is. The name of this episode is Just Do You. We're just gonna hop right into it like we always do. Zeus gives us a recap. They always give us a recap. They was in Baltimore and it got popped off. Oh, and also, before we hop into it, make sure you like this video and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. Okay, it helps me on the YouTube algorithm. After the recap, we see they're having some like trouble in paradise. You get what I'm saying? Chrisean is posting, I'm single. And, you know, she's like, Blueface is like, I ain't never been single because I always keep a couple. Remember those tweets? So I think it's cool that they're like documenting their actual, occurrence of events by them using their Twitter. I guess that's what's making it a docu-series, girl. I do not know. Yeah, so I just feel like the way that they handled it was a little bit weird, because it's like, why didn't we see like the initial reaction after the fight with their parents? You get what I'm saying? Like, why didn't we get that footage? Why didn't we see the real rawness of Blueface retaliating and how he felt after smacking her dad down? Chrisean, what was her actual initial thoughts? Like, I wanted to see those type of things. You feel what I'm saying? Anyway, moving right along. So Chrisean shows up, and this is the opening scene. She shows up and she's getting her hair done. I think they said from the hair queen or whatever the case. Shout out to them, because they was plugged in. They was plugged in and it was loud on the plug. Mayon, whatever. She was like, you know, you want some wine? You want some Hennessy? She's like, why you got Hennessy? He was like, no, I just know you drink it. Like, girl, you a fan. So she's getting her hair done. She's the girl that's cutting out her tracks, and she on the phone talking to somebody. I really didn't catch who she was talking to, but she was just like, yeah, I'm done with him. He keeps playing on my top like I'm not that girl, yada yada yada. You know, she's talking her buku shit, and she was just like, yeah, I was just on some petty shit. That's why I released my tape. And then she was, the girl, whoever was on the phone, was like, I'm glad you said it was your tape, because it definitely gave your tape. This is when she released their sex tape, Blueface and Chrisean. I never saw it. I didn't even think it was like a real thing, but I know it's probably still circulating on Twitter somewhere. If y'all saw it, drop that on the comments. What did it give? Did it give what it needed to give, or not? You know what I'm saying? Y'all can give me a little play-by-play. Like, what was shown? Like, was it a real, like, or was it just a little kiki? You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm nosy, y'all. About that life meshy. Anyway, so she's just like, I don't know if we're friends or we're just making money together, or if this guy's really afford me. And I'm like, yeah, I can see how, you know, I can see how Chrisean is making that statement. And she also makes a point like, yeah, you know, people think I'm dumb. I'm not dumb, you know, I'm just wild. And I'm glad she has that self-awareness. And I think that people do underestimate Chrisean. I don't think, she doesn't give dumb. She knows what she's doing. She put herself in position and she's aware of her circumstance. She's just in it. It's hard to be in it and make the decisions like from an objective standpoint. Girl, I'm talking super fast. That's his coffee. She goes on to say that he got my location, and you know, all of my money goes toward him and his family. But like, what about your family in Baltimore? What is that giving? She said that she destroyed the hotel room that they were staying in and went live at the bar answering his phone. She's like, girl, to talk to his mother and everything. Which, you know, Carlisa, she on Instagram right now, you know, still sending out shots to the girl. She need to leave that girl alone, please, Carlisa. Then the stylist L comes in and he brings her some flowers. He brings her flowers. She's like, oh, L, thank you so much, I appreciate that. And she, you know, starts fake crying. Relish just like, you know, I know that you might need something to lift your spirits. I love that for her. It's always nice to have the support, people to support you through it. Because although the girl is making these decisions or whatever the case, you still want to feel loved by your folks, you know. It is what it is. Then Lala Milan comes in and, you know, she gives her a hug. I just know that stylist is like, girl, sit down so I can finish your hair, because it was giving a lot. And you know, she's talking. She was like, girl, make me laugh because you funny in real life. And you know, they do that whole, you know, funny hee hee ha ha thing. And I'm like, this feels random. Why is Lala there? Then it dawned on me, I feel like I should move this closer. Then it dawned on me that Lala Milan was a part of like the Zeus family way back when it was making TT I Love You, those weird shows. So I'm like, maybe that's why they had Lala Milan come in. Anyway, she gives her good energy. She, you know, holds her and talks to her, Chrisean, you know, we just love you and you're going to get through this, and somebody, and da 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 da. Like, just before, I don't know, I don't want to say performative positivity, but I feel like Chrisean is really relatable and people can get off their rocks, essentially. Like, look at that. People can get off their rocks by being like, oh, Chrisean, you got this, or whatever the case. But I feel like nobody is encouraging or challenging her to take some accountability for where she's at. Like, yeah, she's a big crybaby, she's a big baby, but like, she's an adult in this world with court cases and everything all like this. So like, I don't know, I'm gonna just put it to you like this. I was in a really hard situation in my early 20s involving a man child. Girl, you already know how they bring you down to the pits of hell. And I was down bad, and not even so much financially. Maybe I can't really remember. I was in a situation, I'll just put it like this. Mentally, I was so just unsure. I was just all over the place. And I couldn't even talk about this situation that had happened without crying. And my grandmom, she was telling me, she was like, yeah, so, you know, what you about to do about the woo? And I'm like, well, grandmom, I just trying to get overwhelmed. And she was like, well, wait a minute, because you did that for X amount of many months. So you need to figure it out. What are you going to do? And I'm like, oh, hold up. Do you know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. And she did not allow my emotion to be the scapegoat to not have those difficult conversations. And that's the point. Who is in her corner having difficult conversations with this girl? And that's where I'm at with it. I don't want it to come off like, oh, I'm hating, because, you know, people love to say people, you know what I mean? It's nothing like that. It's just like, what are you going to do to change your situation? You know? And I'm not just saying that to Chrisean. I'm just saying that to everybody. We are all responsible for ourselves and, you know, how things go. Period. Okay, I'm preaching today. Anyway, she laughs it off. She's like, girl, we are too fat. And she like, oh, I lost it. You know what I'm saying? She lost that tooth. She's like, you look so beautiful with the tooth. I actually prefer Chrisean without the tooth, honestly. I'm so used to seeing her without this tooth now. I'm used to, like, I like seeing her like that. Drop that in a comment. Drop a tooth in a comment if you feel what I'm saying. And then the next thing, we just have Blue and Chrisean getting a pedicure just out of nowhere after she popped all that buku shit. No explanation whatsoever. And girl, so she's just like, you know, how you feel about this? How do you feel about that? And you know, how you feel about Baltimore? And he was just like, you know, regular ghetto bullshit, you know, ghetto black family stuff, which I hate to say it, but okay. And then she goes off to say like, oh, well, what you released this tape for, or whatever the case. He was like, oh, well, I've released a tape because you kept playing on me or whatever. He was just like, oh, you ain't do nothing but sound the alarm. I got, you know, girls is on my top, girls is on my da da da. And she like, yeah, the same way that they're on your top, they're on my top as well. So it is what it is. And I'm like, yes, Chrisean, you need to let him know, like, the way you got, she's like, I got this, and it is, we can play that game. So he's just like, you know, joking with her. Oh, so I guess we're porn stars now. He's like, what's your porn name? She was like, Rockefeller. That was cute. He was like, okay, that was kind of cute. So then he got up because this pedicure was done. She was still getting her full set. She gets all up like, oh, hold on, y'all, hold on. She is so like that attachment. She's so insecure because she can't even let him go outside for 2 seconds so he can hit the blunt. She goes outside, she's following him. And I would hate to have that type of pressure, because regular relationships be hard because it's trash. And girl, I just can't. Anyway, so in the next scene, they're in the house and she's like, oh, I gotta go to court, and you're not coming with me. And Blue is like, well, you know, at least you're gonna have Elle there, don't worry about it. And she's like, oh, but Daddy, I want you to come there, I want you to be with me. He obviously is not gonna be with her. She was like, you need to take some accountability for your actions. Like, she's like, I'm not worried about it, I got to, you know, write the check and that's it. And, you know, she packs up, she goes to the, goes to the flight security. As soon as she touches down, all of a sudden he's in Vegas. Now she's starting to snap, like, what you doing in Vegas? You didn't tell me. And I just feel like I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm not trusted and I have to tell you every single little thing. Like, he probably felt like, oh, I got a moment to stretch my legs. But because the trust is already broken and fragile and fractured, she seems like it's him being slick and him being sneaky, which he probably was, you know what I'm saying? Because whatever. Y'all get my point. She's panicking because he's doing something that's outside of the norm. He said it was last minute. Because don't nobody want to feel bogged down. You get what I'm saying? Young or indifferent. They want to have the freedom. Even if they don't want to, they want to have the illusion that I have the option if I so choose. You feel what I'm saying? So, I dig it, but at the same time, she like, I'm about to go to court for this shit dealing with you and you out at Vegas, girl. No, like it's giving no and then I just feel like, why even stress her out right before court? This is a serious thing. Like, what do you mean? Come and find out this is when he gets locked up. I'm like, child, this is exactly how I go in real life. See, I told you not to go around there with Peanut. Now XYZ, girl. They are really mimicking life, real life people. The next thing we have Chrisean at the lawyer's office, and she like, how much is the check for? Elle got enough sense to be like, so is she good? Is she in good standing? Like, what's it giving? And he's like, oh, well, I have to ask her loan. So they go into the room still listening to the whole conversation. And she's just like, oh, so I have to do probation. He was just like, yeah, there's no way we're getting out of the probation. It just is what it is. She walks out. She's like, okay. She was kind of emotionless. I feel like they go into the courtroom. They have her day in court. She links up with her family. She got sisters everywhere. I'm like, is this a brother, sister? They got, yo, it's so crazy because I saw a TikTok the other day. Y'all follow me on Instagram, period. I'm trying to go on Instagram. Oh, I done started my daughter. She like, oh, you in there having a good time without me, mom? Say less. She meets up with her sister. She's like, where the weed at? Where the weed at? And he like, well, you could have grabbed the weed. We could have been rolling up right now. Her nerves is bad. She just get out of the car and she just start, you know, wailing, crying real bad. No, she'll get in a good cry. You know, I'm okay. Like, crying is cleansing. And, you know, that was pretty much the episode. They didn't really talk about Blueface and what his situation was or whatever. It's just a little, like, the continuity really isn't there for me. It's a little bit annoying for a person like me because I'd be like, okay, this doesn't make sense. Well, where's the reaction to this? I feel like they're going to capture some really good moments. But who am I? You know, I don't even like that, girl, because we got to watch what we say. Because I'm important and you are important. Don't ever let any situation make you feel like you're not. Girl, I am so... today. Anyway, make sure you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps me in the YouTube algorithm, and consider subscribing if you like this type of content because we be doing this every Monday. Honestly, y'all, Deja Vu and Big Lex Baddie collection is coming tomorrow. I don't have it in me right now. Hopefully I can get this up on time. Okay, purr. And pause. Wait, I hope y'all had a Merry Christmas for those who celebrate. Okay, have a very special Christmas and a happy New Year. Y'all hear the vocals. Anyway, y'all, as always, I'm sending you much love and much light, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.